Yo, Kobbie Mainoo this, Kobbie Mainoo there, Kobbie Mainoo up, Kobbie Mainoo down. I mean, what's happening, guys? What's happening? A lot of news coming through about Kobbie Mainoo. Is he staying? Is he leaving? There's been a lot of talk. The Athletic, which is a very, very, by the credible football outsource. I mean, everyone knows because you have David Einstein that side. You have around two, three other journalists from that side that are very credible. But I don't know what's happening at Man United currently, but news coming out, courtesy of the Athletic, is Kobbie Mainoo is ready to leave. He's ready for a new challenge. So, anyway, before we get back into that, of course, we shall also look at Rasmus Højlund's deal to Napoli. How far is it advanced? Then the president of the bomb squad, I'm talking about the Avenger, Thanos, aka Jadon Sancho. Then we also have Garnacho to Chelsea. What's the update? I'll be looking at that too. When it comes to the midfielder, I think United has there's nothing literally about the midfielder, nothing at all, nothing. And you saw the game against Fulham. I really think we got to exposed. So anyway, we are going to come all to that. So once again, please do subscribe. My name is Isaac. Turn on the notifications. Isaac, we are in the building. Sports Jazz, please do subscribe. Road to 5K subs. Anyway, let's look at this Kobbie Mainoo situation that has been disturbing everyone. There's literally nothing right now except Kobbie Mainoo. That's what the news is about. We have a game today. We are supposed to be playing Grimsby in the Carabao. Nothing. No one is talking about it. Anyway, reports coming in or indicate that Kobbie Mainoo is open to leaving Manchester United before this very summer window closes. That is on 1st September. Of course, this is all due to his reduced role under manager Ruben Amorim. And I understand also the 20-year-old midfielder, who is a product of the United's academy, has been unused. He's been known to use a substitute in the last two Premier League matches. Now, do I think that should be an issue? I don't think that should be an issue at all. That shouldn't be an issue. It's just 2 games into the Premier League, but it's already picking up phase. People are complaining. People are making a lot of everyone is saying what they have to say. So I really don't understand what's happening, especially with the journalists, the English media. I really want to say the English media. Like, there's literally nothing to talk about except Manchester United, which I think is really rather it's not fair at all. It's not fair. Of course, I understand he's been unused. He's been a substitute twice, and he has not featured in any of the games. The game against Arsenal, the opening game, and also against Fulham last weekend. Now, of course, this raises concerns about whether he fits into Ruben Amorim's system or he doesn't. But to me, I think he doesn't fit in. He doesn't fit into Amorim's tactical setup, which is the 3-4-2-1. A system which Bruno Fernandes plays majority or most of the times in a more deeper role. So, from what I understand, sources like David Einstein and the Athletic confirm Kobbie Mainoo is evaluating his future as he seeks regular playing time to continue his development, especially with the 2026 World Cup approaching and around the corner. Now, that is Kobbie Mainoo. That is the whole situation. So if I'm to look at potential destinations, I think majority of the big Premier League clubs like Chelsea, Spurs, I understand at one point, Man City. Then you also have Brighton. I mean, they're all interested and they have been monitoring so well. In fact, I understand there's also interest from European clubs like Juventus, Inter Milan, Bayern Munich. But if this is true, I understand United. I mean, if I were to be United, I think I would prefer temporary move abroad, to avoid strengthening the domestic, or my domestic rival, And so, of course, United value Kobbie Mainoo highly with an estimated transfer of around 61 million euros. But before this, I think it was somewhere around last year. Was it Chelsea that came in for Kobbie Mainoo and they were told he's valued around 75, 85 million euros, somewhere around last year. But with everything that is happening now, the price has dipped. So, but that's it. But I don't think anyway he's going to be sold. But that is David Einstein, and we all know he's a very, very credible journalist from The Athletic That's what it's been. In fact, this whole evening, I don't know, depending on the time zone, where I am, it's evening. It's been about him leaving, and all or everything coming from the Athletic. Now, the Athletic is a very, very, very credible outlet when it comes to sports, and I don't think there's. I mean, when they say something, usually what I can say is there's no smoke. Sorry, there's no fire without smoke. That's what I can say. So, if all of them, if the Athletic as a big sports outlet keeps on mentioning it, that means there's something in it. It's something not to be ignored. But well, we understand any sale for Kobbie Mainoo would be pure profit, being or due to his academic status. However, from what I understand, the club is not actively, Man United is not actively trying to push him out, and sources suggest they expect him to stay beyond the deadline. Now, remember, Kobbie Mainoo last year or last season, Manchester United tried renewing his or extending his contract. From what I understand, everything stalled after Kobbie Mainoo and his representatives refused to go or below around 180. From what I understand, they wanted 180 to 200 pounds per week, 200,000 pounds per week. So a region that I think is really a lot, because you cannot tell me Kobbie Mainoo alone last year, by the way, for those of you that are whining, Kobbie Mainoo out of 44 games under Ruben Amorim played only 28 games. Okay, 15 of which he started, 16 he missed due to injuries. So I don't think a player like Kobbie Mainoo, yes, I understand he's an academy graduate, or rather, prospect, from the United's academy. You cannot tell me last year. I don't know if I don't even understand why people are missing this. Last year, when him and his representatives requested for 180 to 20, sorry, for to 200, 180 to 200,000 pounds, there was noise about him not being a true fan and all that. But right now, no one is talking about it. Everyone is focused on Ruben Amorim dropping him for the first two games of the season. Now it's just two games. I don't know why people are burning up. I think they shouldn't pick a lot of interest in that. Kobbie Mainoo, he's going to get game time, But again, from what I've said, out of 44 appearances and or after out of 44 games under Ruben Amorim as Man United head coach, he has only played 28 games, missed 16 due to injury, and 15 of the 28 he has only started 15 games. Now, I'm trying to make sense of why there's a lot of buzz about Kobbie Mainoo not playing, not given the game, especially the game against Fulham. Maybe they could be a point if someone says Bruno Fernandes should have come off. I do agree. After all, Amarim said he's there to compete with Bruno Fernandes. Maybe he should have come off and brought on Kobbie Mainoo. But again, at some point, guys, you have to understand Kobbie Mainoo hasn't really played much. I think he hasn't even given us a full season. Yes, he's a prospect. He's from the academy. I love Mainoo, but I think he's still yet to prove to Ruben Amorim, because he's the manager. Otherwise, he would be playing to Ruben Amorim that he can fit in. And with what's happening now that his competition is Bruno Fernandes, which I think is a bit unfair, because Fernandes is supposed to be a 10, honestly speaking. I don't know why he's playing this side as a midfielder. Okay, maybe he can play, but he's playing more of a deeper role. And this is, I would say, it's misallocation of resources, sorry, in economics, because we know the quality that Bruno Fernandes has. We know what he would do if he's played or if he gets a more advanced role up front, closer to the final third. So I feel like he's a bit wasted when he's playing a much more deeper role under Ruben Amorim. I hope he changes that. I understand. I haven't seen the midfield of Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo. Now I think the two are both very slow, like it or not. Casemiro, we all know he's aging. He doesn't have that speed and all that. With Kobbie Mainoo, I think his limited fit in Ruben Amorim's tactical setup at United primarily stems why Amorim prefers the 3-4. Is it the 3-4-2-1 formation? I mean, because it has specific roles. Okay, and if it has specific roles, this means these don't fully align with Kobbie Mainoo's skill set or current development stage, because we've seen him play under that, same formation. And I think he has struggled. You know why he has struggled? Because first things first, the formation and the role are a bit of a mismatch. Amarim typically deploys a 3-4-2-1 system, which emphasizes a compact midfield structure with two central midfielders who are defensively disciplined and capable of covering wide areas, very, very wide areas. On top of that, they need to have legs, pace, legs, and very, very good ball carriers as well. That's one of the reasons why he wanted Baleba. It explains why he wanted to go in for Baleba. Now, Mainoo, a box-to-box midfielder, known for his progressive passing. He's very good at passing, by the way. But I would say a bit limited when it comes to ball carrying, but he's under pressure. I think he's composed. He's composed. But according to me, I think he thrives more in 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. That kind of midfield, but not the same that Amorim is playing. So I think that is why he's finding it very difficult. That kind of setup. It's a bit hard for him. Compared to the other where he influences both defensively and attacking phases. But in the Amorim system, the midfield duo, I mean, is expected to prioritize. I'm talking about the two CMs. They are expected to prioritize defensive stability and quick transitions, which may not fully utilize Mainoo's creative and forward attributes. So I think it's going to be really challenging for him. I mean, tonight we are playing Grimsby. I hope he comes on. I hope he's given chance. And that said, I really hope we win, because there's no way we should be struggling against such a team. No way we should be struggling against such a team. It would be a shame that United would be struggling. Once again, guys, please do subscribe to Sports Jazz, turn on the notifications. My name is Isaac. Sorry, I was looking at something here. No, I think it's gone. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. My name is Isaac. Yes, we're looking at the Kobbie Mainoo situation and Amorim, I would say even versus the whole United board. I'm talking about Ineos, because they manage the football affairs. Kobbie Mainoo, again, one of the reasons why he might struggle under Ruben Amorim, to get game time is the limited stats and tactical demands, because we all know since November, that is Amorim's arrival, Mainoo has only started 15 out of 28 games. Okay, 15 out of 28 games, but he has missed 16. I think altogether under Ruben Amorim, it's around 44 games, ever since Amorim joined. So he has missed 16. He has played 28, but of those 28 started, only 15. I think this reflects a more reduced role, under Amorim's system, because I mean, his Amorim system requires midfielders to be technically rigid, with an emphasis on pressing, then positional discipline, to support the wing backs and the back three. Because remember, these two CMs are supposed to communicate with one of the CBs, and by the way, I'm looking at our CBs. I don't see, I think apart from Lenny Euro, I don't see Delete. I think he's a bit slow, but we saw him last time trying to come in the hole, in the pivot. The two CMs are supposed to be communicating with one of the CBs, because he comes in and covers ground whenever they go up front. Now, with Mainoo, I think the few times we've seen him play, it's been a bit different. I love Mainoo, but when it comes to pace, when it comes to carrying the ball, I think it's a bit, he doesn't have those legs. He doesn't have those. He somewhat slows, the transition, especially when we're going forward, trying to score a goal. So I'm not really going to say he's a very good player, but I think he would thrive so well in the midfield three compared to Amorim's two. And by the way, which is a bit of a system. I don't know why Amorim is insisting on this system, because at least sometimes managers have alternatives. You try to do something. Lucky Singh, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. Like he says, manager presser players that want to improve themselves will get the game. Today we have a game, and on Saturday we also have We Know Small game. We know Open Small Fresh Legs. Yeah, we are playing today against Grimsby. I hope we win it. I hope we thrash it, because it's going to be disappointing if we don't beat that team. It's a very small team. It's a village team. So for United to struggle again today, actually, this looks like a very simple game, but it's more of a check to Amorim, because with Arsenal, it's understandable. They've been the better team for the last 2-3 seasons. They finished second last season, we finished 15th. So it's understandable if United lose to Arsenal at the beginning of the what? Of the season when we lost to them. Now, with Fulham, I think if you remember the opening game last season, we played against Fulham. They were the better team, although United won 1-0 from the bench. That was Joshua Zirkzee scoring with his celebration. It was a 1-0. But overall, they were a better team. Now, this time around with Fulham, I still think United deserve to win. Okay, not primarily anyway, but if you remember the chances we missed in the first 15 or 10, 20 minutes where you had Cunha hitting the post, and all that. So maybe it's an EPL team, but with Grimsby, there is no excuse for Amorim to lose that game. It would be quite a shaming, embarrassing, not only for him, but for Man United as well. For Man United, it will be very, very embarrassing. Like he says, Benjamin Shesko, Mason, Kobbie, Harry Maguire, Patrick Dogu will all get a start. Yeah, I would love to see Kobbie Mainoo start today. I think it's only fair. There's a lot coming through, and I don't want to lose him. And I hope he really finds a way to lock and gel himself into this Amorim 3-4-2-1 system, because I think that's the only problem. Because we know he plays with only two CMs. Now, those two central midfielders, if you're part of them, if you're one of them, you need to have pace. You need to have the lungs to run back very fast if you've lost possession, if you've lost the ball, and you also need to press. But on top of that, you need to be a very, very good ball carrier. And I think it's one of the reasons that's why Man United was interested in getting Baleba, because he has all that. He has the athleticism. He can run. He can carry the ball. He can cross. He can shoot. I think he scored even around 7 goals alone last season. So, and he played majority of the games, unlike Mainoo. So yeah, I was saying one of the reasons as to why I think Amorim is, or rather, doesn't favor him, is limited stats. Under Amorim, you have 15 starts out of 28 games. Of all that, you've also missed 16 games due to injuries. And don't forget, Mainoo was injury prone last season. He really faced problems because of injuries. That's the fact. But yeah, I think that is also one of the reasons. So yes, he's 20 years. He's still developing, and I think he should be patient. I know Amorim is going to bring him on. Amorim is going to bring him. I'm hoping that tonight he gets some some game time, and he plays. And the other reason as why I think Amorim, he's struggling, why Kobbie Mainoo is struggling to start on Man United. Him struggling is the reason as why he's struggling is I would say maybe competition, and squad dynamics, because the presence of other midfielders such as Ugarte, a natural fit player for Amorim. We've seen him back then when he was in Portugal. Although right now I don't understand where his head is, because he looks shambles. He's a problem. But we saw him play under the same system under Ruben Amorim at Sporting Lisbon. Then you have Casemiro, who also adds competition. I think Mainoo's youth and occasional consistency in high intensity pressing scenarios may not really meet Amorim's expectations for a midfielder in his system. I don't know whether you guys get that, because it's a 2 central midfielder system compared to the 3. That's why I feel, this system needs stamina in defensive work. That is very critical for Amorim's system to work out so well if you're a midfielder. So Kobbie is a bit slow. I must say, is a bit slow. So I don't see that working. Maybe I would also say the lack of wing back contribution, because we know in Amorim's 3-4-2-1, the wing backs are very crucial, for width and attacking output, because that reduces the creative burden on central midfielders. So we all know Mainoo's strength is progressing the ball through dribbling or long passes, and all long passes, less utilized. And in other words, it's not the same kind of football you're going to find with Ruben Amorim's system. The fact that he likes, or he uses more with the wing backs, and Kobbie Mainoo likes to go up front. So it's going to be a bit of a problem with him, but I hope he gets game time. I hope he comes through. I hope he makes it. I love Kobbie Mainoo. I hope he stays. I hope he comes through all this, because he's a very good player. I don't think we should sell him. I know athletic cadets of David Austin has come out aggressively and insisted that he wants to leave because of the game time, but I hope that's not true. I hope that really is not true at all. Singh says Zach Z, Benjamin, Shesko, Mason, Kobe, Patrick, Diego, Dallo, Harry Maguire start. By the way, I don't like. Okay, I'm not a fan of Diego Dallo. I think I'm just not a fan anyway. I'm just not a fan. I think he's I don't know. I don't know what I should say, but it's too much for me for Kobbie Mainoo. I don't think he should be playing at all. It's a bit weird. But yeah, news coming in. I see somewhere is that United and Chelsea are close to agreeing, are close to an agreement on Alejandro Garnacho for a deal around 35 to 40 million pounds. I really think that is very poor, very very poor and unfortunate. I'm seeing news right now because I think he should have gone for higher because you cannot tell me you have players like Tyler Dibling, you have Jacob Ramsey, you have Otara, you have Omari Hutchinson, all gone for this window for more amounts of money compared to what United is going to be earning. 35 to 40 million for Alejandro Garnacho. And now you have the likes of Madueke, Gaitens, and Elanga all going for 50 million plus, and you're getting only 35 to 40 million pounds. I'm seeing it right now, breaking news from Fabrizio Romano, but it's a disgrace, honestly speaking. I think that is very poor business, very, very poor business. Naisha fan, shout out to your brother, shout out to you, Naisha fan. These players how haven't played, have approved the chance themselves. Sorry, I didn't get that. These players, I didn't get that, Naisha fan, so well. Sorry. Yeah, Naisha fan, news coming in is United and Chelsea are close to an agreement that is for Alejandro Garnacho, 35 to 40 million pounds. Do you think that is enough? I think that is really, really little. At least it should have been 50, because if you have the likes of Maduekes, the Elangas, the Hutchinson, you have who is this other guy? I mean, all those guys going for 50 plus million pounds, and you know, and United is only getting this 35 to 40. I think it's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke, really. Um, oh, Nature fan says Mainoo out. If he doesn't want to be there, he should go. The team needs to grow up, like how the manager said. Grow out brilliant, like how the manager said. Excuse me. Look, Nature fan, I was telling everyone on the stream that last season, okay, ever since Amorim joined United last year in November, out of the 44 games, okay, out of the 44 games, Kobbie has managed to play 28 games. Now, out of the 28 games, he has managed to start 15 games. Okay? Also missed 16 games. You get it? Out of the 44 games under Ruben Amorim, he has missed 16 games, started 15 games and played altogether from the bench or not the bench 28 games. Now, if I mean, for someone to come out rattling and screaming and trying to say the Athletic today on rather on Twitter, Instagram, through their social media outlets, saying he should leave, and I see United fans ranting because Amorim is not giving Kobbie Mainoo game time. I think it's not fair. It's only 2 games into the season. On top of that, he has barely had a full season at Man United. And all of you are forgetting last season when they tried to renew his contract, him and his agents wanted 180 to 200, a package around there. Okay. 200,000 pounds. Now, Ineos were like, hold it. We are not ready to give you that amount of money. So now, all of you have forgotten about all that scenario. I mean, if you really want to be a Manchester United player, why would you demand for all those wages? What have you done yet? Amad Diallo, who has played more games than you, who has scored more games than you, is on around 100, 120. I'm not so certain. And you want to be earning close to 200, like Luke Shaw. I'm not saying Luke Shaw deserves that amount of money, but I mean, you have Mbomo, who's at how much? 150? Shesko is how much? 160, and Cunha 180. and these are EPL proven players, by the way, EPL proven players. Now, those aside, Kobbie, for the few games he had played, and his representatives come, with the renewal, I don't know, deal and everything, and they demand 180 to 200,000 pounds per week. I think it's absurd. It's absurd. He hasn't proved. He needs to get. I actually think Garnacho has done more than what Kobbie Mainoo has done at Man United, to be honest. But Garnacho was only his wages were 50 million. Sorry, 50,000 pounds per week. That's why some people were saying if Chelsea is not paying 50 million, United should keep him, send him away back the other side to Lusale, let him play that side. You get so. Um, it's a bit worrying anyway how things are unfolding. It's a bit worrying. Um, Nashef says, I'm totally with the manager. I'm backing Amarim, win or lose for 3-5 years. The only time I won't support him if we are or if we get relegated. He's changing the culture. And by the way, there's a lot of stick out for Amorim from uh, YouTubers, from the media, the journalists and all that. And I think it's not fair. I think it's not fair, guys. We are crucifying the guy already just after 2 games. 2 games into the league, and we are already crucifying him. I think let's just wait. Arteta joined Arsenal. I know, yes, when he joined, they didn't finish 15th. I think they finished 8th. But it's been 6 years, and this guy's, yes, he hasn't won anything really concrete, anything, but you can see what he has done to bring all these players, to bring in all these players, how much the club has supported him, how much he has spent, close to 1 billion, and he's still the manager. And I think you have to give it to them. They already have, regardless of how they play, they already have 6 points. They've already won their 2 games. Sometimes it doesn't come so fast. At least give him 3 seasons. It's too early to judge Ruben Amorim right now. Okay, we've seen. You cannot tell me the team is playing the same way we're playing last season. There are glimpses of something that has changed. Something new. You can see it. So we've at least strengthened our strike force. Unfortunately, the midfield is lacking. And to me, I repeat, I say, I love Kobbie Mainoo, but I don't think he's the answer to our midfield problems. The keeper is still lacking. The keeper, I don't know how true it is that Lamens is coming through, because we've been seeing here we go soon, here we go soon, talks advancing. Now I understand Galatasaray are also into the mix, and they've offered a better, more salary structure and even a better bid. So it's up to the player to choose United over Galatasaray. So if we can sort out that keeper issue, then we also get a midfielder that we can count on. I believe, rather guaranteed, we are going to do better. We are going to do better. And stop crucifying Bruno Fernandes, guys. People miss penalties every day. That was just 1 penalty. On top of that, he's playing a much more deeper role. Yes, he throws his hands in the air, he complains and all that, but really, he wins you games. I mean, okay, maybe not wins you game, but he's your best player for the last how many seasons? 2 seasons? Last season alone, he had 38 goal contribution, 19 goals and 19 assists. Give him a break. There's this agenda of Bruno Fernandes, really. I fail to understand that. Dre, shout outs to you. Dre, shout outs to you. I saw Dre somewhere in the comment section. Shout outs to your brother. He says, is Sir Carlos Baleba deal back on the cards? Nope. Don't you even think about it, Dre. Don't you even think about it, Dre. I want Mainoo and Garnacho sold for a price. Okay, Baleba 10 times better than Mainoo. That is true. Then he says, I'm with the manager. That is natural. That is Singh. Singh says he's with the manager. I think Naishafan has also said the same thing. I'm even backing him if we get spanked by Greens. No, but he should win this. He should win this. Seriously, guys. No disrespect. Amarim should beat Grimsby comfortably. And by the way, one other thing, don't mess around with these teams. We haven't won nothing. We haven't won anything. Bring the full squad if it means bringing the full squad. You can do your rotations, but don't mess around. Don't mess around, okay? Don't mess around. I'm talking to you, Amarim. Nacho fan signs Bruno is a match winner. Euro Cunha, better though. Euro has stepped up. He's a kid to look out for. I actually think I haven't seen so much of him commanding the defense, but I think he's a very, very good player, and they could be a bit of captain material in there. He's very good. So far, he's the best player at Man United right now, like it or not. Then you also have Matheus Cunha. Very, very good. Very, very good. So if Bruno Fernandes can get his head back into the mix, after what happened last weekend, I think we are going to score goals. Let's crucify Grimsby, move on to the weekend, beat Burnley, then go comfortably with at least our 3 points. I know it's not enough, but at least we shall have 3 points, and we shall also have gone to another round in the Carabao. A bit of positivity while we go into the international break. So let's wait and see. Then we have to win or lose. We will lose. Okay. By the he was supposed to join Real Madrid back then, right? I think we need to do better. We need to do whatever it takes because these players are clever nowadays. They do not just sign contracts, even when there's a lot of money on table because they want to win. You know, you see at the age at which Hurricane left for Bayern Munich and he won something. You get it? You see Trent, he had won everything at Liverpool when Madrid came calling very fast. So I mean, it's not easy, but we have to win. That's all I can say. We really have to win. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Isaac is in the building. It's Post Jazz. Please do subscribe, guys. Get into the comment section, like the stream, share the stream, subscribe, and yeah, let's take it to the next level. Yeah, news, as I said earlier, coming in is Chelsea and United are locked in talks that are really advanced for Garnacho, and the fee is around 35 to 40 million pounds. I think it's a steal, man. I think that's very, very fake. Uh, that's it's bad business compared to what the Maduekes, the Elangas, the Gaitens, Hutchinson, all those players went for. That is very bad business. But again, Garnacho is to blame. He has contributed to this. You cannot be there doing the opposite. So, in other words, these guys know we want to sell off Garnacho. We want to take him off, and they think they're helping us. If it was the other way around, we could have even have got 60 for Garnacho. But because of how he conducts himself, how he plays, how the social media silly things, his agent and brother, those things they keep doing, really silly. To Madrid, if they can't, yeah, that is true. They always go. I'm with the manager. I need players to win games, play possession, then then get box shot. I just want Baleba. Nothing else matters. I would really love Baleba right now. That's why I'm saying Ineos should break. I mean, if they are suitors for Kobbie, on top of that, you also have Alejandro Garnacho going. And by any chance, there is a way we can get Baleba back into the mix. Bro, go for him. I'm sorry, Man United fans. Go for Baleba. Very good ball carrier. The athleticism is there. He can run. He can dribble. He can shoot. He had around 7 goals. I've already mentioned it last season. He's everything that a midfielder wants. Very, very good. He would be a proper CM. Yeah. Again, maybe news coming in right now is Real Betis and Man United in advanced talks to finalize Anthony's move, and the optimism is growing. That is very good news. Let's wait and see. Yeah, back to Garnacho. I hope we have a huge sell on clause, because if we don't, no, it's fucked up. 40 aim for Garnacho. Very, very underwhelming. Very underwhelming. Very, very fake deal. I just hope we have a sell-on clause. At least make it 50. Come on, guys, 50. 50 million pounds, but 35 to 40, and I believe it's 35 with the 5 that make 40 in terms of add-ons. Very poor. But anyway, I wish him all the best at Chelsea, and I hope when we meet, he loses. Yes, I see news coming in from Sam Wallace. He says Kobbie Mainoo is currently known for sale at Manchester United in the final days of the transfer window. Misgivings the midfielder might have, despite the misgivings of the midfielder currently right now, with Ruben Amorim. Of course, we know, well, as Amorim said, he has to compete with Bruno Fernandes. Now, I don't think that was fair to say, but again, it's football, man. I support what Rio Ferdinand said. If he was Kobbie Mainoo, get some time, go to the manager, ask him, what do you think I'm doing wrong that I should do right? I want to get back on the grass. I want to be back on the pitch. And Do whatever he tells you to do and just wait that one shot that you're going to get. Get it and utilize it, and you're back on the pitch. Put in a very. Do you remember in the preseason when we gave 15 or 20 minutes for Sekou Kone? Up to now, everyone is still talking about Sekou Kone because of how he played for those 3 minutes. So, Kobbie Mainoo, I think that's what you should do. Wait for the right time when you're given chance to play. As soon as you come on, execute your role very well, and there you are. You'll be in the first team. But this business of people coming out, the English media talking for you, ABCD, this, he's an academy prospect. He's blah blah blah. He shouldn't be. The manager should make sure it works with with Kobbie Mainoo. You should find him a system that, look, every manager comes with his preferred system. We've seen it. We've seen this. Okay. The reason as to why De Gea was sold under under Eric Ten Hag, yes, we had issues of the money. I mean, his contract, he wanted higher wages, but also this dude preferred Onana over him because of the style of play, starting from the back. So I don't know. You just have to make sure you get someone who fits so well in your system, plays very well, and things are going to work out. And now with Amorim, I don't think Kobbie Mainoo does that for him. With pace, he's lacking, like it or not. He doesn't have the legs. If he's playing in a midfield of two, and we all know Amarim's system, it's two CMs. But if it's three CMs, Kobbie Mainoo is a top player. He's going to give you everything. Dre says, I want to see at least 3 or 4 games without Bruno in the midfield. In the midfield, I feel there is a way how he makes United players feel that Bruno is entitlement. Dre, no. Dre, the person you're talking about is the person who has been your best player for the last 2 seasons. Second, Bruno is not a midfielder, as in, because right now he's playing a deeper role. I don't know whether I know you've realized that he's not a midfielder. Put him the other side up front. He's going to play very, very good. He's going to. You come on. I don't even need to tell you this. First, he's being played out of possession, like it or not. So I actually think if we had a chance to sign Baleba, maybe you could have partnered him with Baleba, and you would be surprised he could maybe make a good combination with Baleba. Casemiro is old. He doesn't have the he doesn't at all. He doesn't have the legs. So if you put him with Bruno is going to be the horse all around it. And you remember that is not even his position. You get. You remember the substitution? Was it Dallo coming on and Shesko? Casemiro was out. Yes, I understand. Yes, he had a yellow card, and we had to pull back Mason Mount this side coming into the midfield. So, I mean, I'm just saying, come on, guys, give Bruno a break. Give Bruno a break. I miss Anthony. I want him back at the club. Anthony is likely to go with Real Betis. Anthony Santos pushing. Already can't. Anthony pushing. He has told Man United he wants to leave. I think, yeah, that is not a secret anymore. He wants to leave. That is true. Again, Bruno hasn't even let the new boys take penalties. Even it's not his fault that he's the penalty taker. Come on, Dre, really? So what? We've seen people miss penalties at the World Cup, and those people that have missed the penalties are the ones supposed to take those penalties. Come on, man. Was it Salah? The game? What game? Was it against Crystal Palace? The one they went on penalties and Salah missed. Just a few. What? Come on, guys. It's not fair. We're sorting out fast. Then I just says Bruno isn't a midfielder. Yeah, sorry, isn't an 8. I do agree. To me, I actually think he's a 10. He would do so well as a 10. Can you rate my best all-time team ever, if that's okay? Buffon, Nuno, Mendes. Oh, that is a very good, very, very good LB. Maldini, Silva, Hakimi. Yep. Good RB. Baleba, yeah, Okay, but that's yours. That's your judge. Baleba, Seedorf, Messi, Henry, Isaac. How many players are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Why would you have Isaac play? Okay, maybe you have and Henry. Okay, Sidef and Baleba in the midfield. Okay, then you have Messi on the right. Sorry, on the left. No, on the right. Then you have Cristiano on the right. Sorry, Messi on the right, Cristiano on the left, or Henry on the left. Then Isaac and Cristiano as your strikers. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's good. Apart from, I don't see where all these guys would play the last four. I'm with the manager. We're sorting out Lamens, Anthony Santos, Anthony Dos Santos. If he wants, one thing I like about him, he hasn't really. Yes, he said he wants to leave, but he hasn't done, made all that drama these other guys have done online. The likes of Ganacho, Rashford was leaving. He decided to go into the newspaper. Yet we had a very important game a few days away, with Henry Winter. Said whatever he wanted to say. Sancho, he's Sancho, the president of the bomb squad, the Thanos of the Avengers. He's what he is. I don't even think he wants to play. I understand Borussia Dortmund turned him down because they've changed the hierarchy. So they turned down Sancho's approach, from what I understand. Lamen's midfielder, we're pushing. Just waiting for Antonio Dos Santos, Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus Højlund, by the way, I like how he has also conducted everything. He has been respectful. Yes, he didn't want to leave. He wanted to fight for his place with Shesko. But I think they told the World Cup is around the corner, so you need more game time. And from what I understand, a deal will be around 40 million pounds option to buy, but there are going to be clauses that will trigger it to turn to an obligation to buy. That's if Rasmus Højlund, scores goals. I don't know, that take them to keep. I don't know, but there are funny clauses that do trigger the option to turn to an obligation to buy. Rasmus Højlund pushing loan, but wages agreed. Rasmus is going to go. Anthony is also going to go. Who's your deserve? Peter Schmeichel in the goal. RB, I would have Cafu. LB, I would have Roberto Carlos. I would have Maldini. And I would have who is the best number 4 right there? I would have Maldini. I have Maldini. Okay, I think I would have also Vidic. I would have Vidic. Yeah, then in the midfield, no doubt, I would have in the midfield, I would have Xavi and Xavi, the Barcelona former player. Xavi or Javi, Xavi and Paul Scholes, I'd have them in the midfield. Then the two, or then the wingers, I would have Christian. No, the wingers, I would have Henry. But man, it's too much. The wingers, I would have. It's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky because those are how many. I still have how many? 4. I would have Messi on the right. I would have Henry on the other side on the left, and I would have the two Ronaldos leading the attack. Oh, wait, there's Ronaldinho. I think I'll take out Henry and put it. Oh my God, it's too heavy. I would have to sit down and think about it. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yes, that's the news about Man United today. Kobbie Mainoo, the drama is still unfolding. The English media is making everything they can to make sure it all comes to Amorim's mistake, or rather Amorim's ego, whatever it is. Because look, I know they don't like Amorim. I know they don't like the fact that he's benching an English player, because there would be no noise like this if he wasn't English. I'm telling you, there would no noise like they wouldn't have made such noise. This guy, okay, yes, I know he's been making mistakes. Onana, I'm telling you, remember when even they started benching Harry Maguire, regardless of the mistakes he was doing, regardless of how poor he was playing, there were still roars from the English media, So I just think it's not fair that they're turning all the guns to Ruben Amorim. It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair. It is so hard to do that. Yeah, that is correct. But I'll have to sit down. And I have. The back four is already done. The keeper, Schmeichel, is done. All time, Schmeichel is done. The fullbacks, you have Carlos and Cafu. Um, uh, the defenders, CBs, you have Vidic and Maldin. In the midfield, and it would be a 4-4-2, by the way. In the midfield, you have Xavi and Paul Scholes. Then you have Messi on the right, and you have Ronaldinho on the left. And the two, of course, I have Dalima and CR7. That's it. The Ronaldos. Once again, guys, please do subscribe, turn on the notifications. Isaac, it's been a pleasure, man, being on stream. Naishifan, shout outs to you. Dre, the controversial agent, shout outs to you. Sting, shout outs to your brother. IJ was earlier on. Please do subscribe, guys. I'm officially signing out. See you tomorrow. Glory, glory, Man United. And keep it locked, guys. Keep it locked. Please do share the stream, subscribe and like. Cheers, and see you tomorrow. Adios.